I ask my clients, why are you in your box? Why aren't you breaking out of your box? Right? Why don't you get outside your box? Right? Why don't you think outside the box? Now, I think you all understand what I mean by that, of course.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach podcast, helping appraisers increase their efficiency, quality, and make more money. Here's the guy who makes it his life's mission to create value for real estate appraisers nationwide. Your host and the Appraiser Coach, Dustin Harris.
First of all, I want to make it very clear. If you're on YouTube, I want you to look at both of those thumbs, right? I'll just zoom right in here to the camera. You see that? Do you see any green whatsoever on those two thumbs? Those of you who are listening on audio, I'm going to answer for you. I do not have a green thumb. My wife has a bit of a green thumb, and I don't think she would mind me saying that. She saying this next part. She's actually never been very good at it, but she loves it. She usually plants our vegetable garden. Yes, I help reluctantly, but she plants our vegetable garden every year. She plants the flower gardens every year, and by about fall, let's just say the yield would not be something that most gardeners would be proud of, but that's okay. We do enjoy beautiful flowers throughout the year. And I'm just not one that enjoys gardening at all. I'm the one that takes care of the outside, the mowing the grass, the trimming, the picking up the leaves, making sure that the sidewalks are blown off and that kind of fun stuff. And that's enough for me. I don't enjoy that. I don't mind it. I don't enjoy it very much. But gardening to me, I'm an efficiency guy. Gardens don't feel very efficient when I can go to the grocery store and pick up the same stuff in about half a second. So nonetheless, this last spring, my wife bought some pansies. And if you've ever bought flowers like pansies, those that are already started to grow that you just basically transplant, of course, that they come in little plastic boxes. And it hit me when she brought them home, this analogy, because I talk a lot about boxes as a coach. In fact, you've heard it on this program many, many a time, right? It is a common theme that Dustin Harris, the Appraiser Coach, comes back to many, many times as I'm coaching and mentoring. And I ask my clients, why are you in your box? Why aren't you breaking out of your box? Right? Why don't you get outside your box? Right? Why don't you think outside the box? Now, I think you all understand what I mean by that, of course. And this idea that we as human beings have a tendency, honestly, to not be very creative. We have a tendency to just kind of go with the flow, if you will, and just do what our mentors taught us to do. I did the same thing. I love my mentor, God rest his soul, my wonderful father, taught me to be an appraiser, but he taught me as he knew. And folks, I will tell you something. You ready for this? There's a secret here, okay? That doesn't work. It doesn't work to just do things like the next person. That's called staying in the box. Another way to put it is staying in your comfort zone. I'm going to tell you how to break out of that box in just a couple of seconds, okay? I want you to hang tight first while I tell you about a couple of sponsors. One of them, of course, is OREP Insurance. OREP is my E&O of choice. Folks, we all need E&O, right? What is E&O? It's errors and omission insurance. It's if you screw up and get sued, you don't lose your shirt. That's what it is. By the way, I love insurance. I do. It helps me to sleep better at night. Not that I can think, well, I can just do a bad job and they'll take care of me. No, it's that there's never been a perfect appraisal and there's never been a perfect client. And sometimes clients get pissed off and sometimes clients want to come after you. And I like to have somebody in my back pocket that has my back. OREP has my back. You can find out more by going to their website. It is not a .com, but a .org. It's OREP.org. TrueTrax is the way that I support adjustments. Why do I do it that way? Well, it's easy. It's effective. It's scientifically based. It allows me to be able to turn in a report and sleep well at night. Speaking of which, TrueTrax, folks, it's less than $100 a month. And right now it is free. Not just, they will give you 2 weeks free. Okay. Stay with me. Don't turn off. 2 weeks. What's 2 weeks? Well, it's 14 days to try it out. How would you like 6 weeks free? A month and a half? Well, you can do it because you're a listener to this program, and you can use my coupon code, which is AppraiserCoach. Capital A, capital C, no space. Do not sign up for TrueTrax without this coupon code. AppraiserCoach, and you get 6 weeks free at truefootage.tech/tools. And finally, we are sponsored by a program that I like to call True Home Tracker. Why do I call it True Home Tracker? Well, because that's the name of it. True Home Tracker is a full automated business system. This is not just an order management program, though it will manage your orders and it will keep you from turning in late orders. It's a client management system. It is a systems management system. And furthermore, it is an automatic and automated system, meaning those things that you routinely do over and over and over again in your business can be automated so that you never have to do them again. They just happen with the software in the background. Want to find out more? Want to watch it in person? Want to see it work? Check out our website. It's on my website, TheAppraiserCoach.com. You scroll to the bottom of the products and click on True Home Tracker. All right, folks, welcome back to the program. You know, as a human being, it is natural to remain in our natural state. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I think you know what I mean. It's this idea that we are at peace with the things around us. We get used to the things around us. And honestly, folks, you have gotten used to being poor. You've gotten used to being average. You've gotten used to living paycheck to paycheck. You've gotten used to working 62 hours a week without a break. You've gotten used to not being able to take a vacation and go for 2 weeks at a time and not lose your shirt at the same time. And that's what you've gotten used to. And you felt in this little mode of comfort, if you will. But it's also what is keeping you poor, and it's also what is keeping you in the box. One of the great secrets to success is those that have the ability to think outside that box. The people that have the ability to say, you know what? Status quo isn't working for me. I'm going to do something different. I told you before the break that my wife last spring came home with pansies and came home with those pansies to plant in our garden. And I thought to myself, it's interesting that pansies come in a box. My friends, if you would like help to get out of your box so that you're no longer a pansy, I would love to help you with that. I really would. As your coach, I would love to mentor you to get you to the vision of where you need to be. I've been there myself. I went from a solopreneur to a multi-million-dollar business, and I've helped hundreds of appraisers to get out of their boxes and to find the success that they were looking for. I would love to help you in private coaching or in group coaching. Reach out to me at TheAppraiserCoach.com. Love you all, pansies or not. Go create some value.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit TheAppraiserCoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.